10-year-old Kevin would have settled for being shitty Batman.
I forget how much you love Batman.
I love Batman. So, I mean, I've
seen the pictures of you as a kid dressed as Batman.
Yes. There was a time when I remember at probably 8, 9, I was training to be a superhero.
Of course.
Sure. And all my training all it entailed was there was a tree on like the side of my house. There was like a stick tied to it. Okay. You know, so it's essentially to swing.
Yeah.
But not for Kevin. I would throw the stick kind of like a boomerang, and then it would come whirling, go around and come back to me. And I would have to deflect or catch it.
Right.
And that was me basically.
Yeah. And that's how Jeet Kune Do was founded before Bruce Lee mastered it. Sure.
Yes. If you look at my old journals, it's all there. Wow. You do that really, really well.
Welcome to Tank Top Talks with Matt Braunger. Tank tops are ridiculous, but they feel good. And the reason why they feel good is because they're ridiculous. Kevin Avery, let's talk about that tank you're wearing.
You've probably heard me talk about this movie. So this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
There's a kind of a ridiculous comedy from the 70s called The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Yes.
This is a basketball jersey. It's basically the movie is about a horrible team called the Pittsburgh Pythons. They are so bad that they essentially disband, and then the team is reformed, but with all Pisces. Okay. And suddenly they become the most compatible team in the NBA, and kind of like Harlem Globetrotter their way.
Okay.
Into the playoffs and so they're called the Pittsburgh Pisces. They changed the name to the Pisces. This is the jersey from the Pisces. The jerseys are actually like silver and pink, and white. I have one of those at home. Like I have one of the ones that look like a replica for the movie, but they also make this sort of black and pink and white variation.
Yeah, I love like black and pink look great.
This was right. I love this.
Really nice.
I think this is the first time I've worn this.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't busted out I don't think I busted out my Drexler Trailblazers. You know, Clyde Drexler.
How many tank tops do you think you have?
It's in the 20s.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. My plan was to buy a new one for every episode.
Right.
And I have listeners recycled a couple times.
Okay.
If I'm honest. Because I used to start by going, talking about your tank, and they would talk about their tank, and then I'd talk about mine. When I talk about mine, it always derailed it. I'd rather just, because it's just like, what? Because it's like, it's a show involving tank tops. It's not about tank tops. It's more about, the point is, as I've said to a few guests, you can't take someone seriously when they're wearing a tank top.
No.
And you can't take yourself seriously. That's why I'm looking forward to having every kind of person on the show. Yeah. Comedians, non-comedians, famous people, non-famous. Because it's just like you just feel kind of like positively goofy. Right. You know?
This is why I've never worn this.
Yeah. But it's dope. It's cool.
I feel like I'm cheating because I did wear a t-shirt.
I looked at it and I was like, but I since the first episode, Steph Tolev wore a muscle tank, which to me is a muscle tee. But I'm like, I'm not going to send her home.
Get out.
Yeah. So it's like, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine. So you have one on. But
it matches the motif. And it matches. It works with.
That is how like the ball players in the 70s. Some of them did. Some of them did. Some of them did.
They really did. Shorts were a little shorter.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the funny dichotomy where it's like, I'm not comfortable showing my upper arms, right? But I'm going to let my balls hang out of this thing.
Just hang out.
Just these weird, like 7-foot men with, these 3-foot femur bones in their thighs, and wearing these like hot pants.
It's a wild thing because the jerseys are already long.
Yes.
You can't just do the same thing with the shorts.
No.
Like, why? I mean, I guess that was the style back then anyway.
Sure.
Wherever you were, whatever you were doing, you just threw on some shorts.
We also like grew up in the era of just the baggiest like shorts.
Yeah.
Way too baggy.
I think I just maybe recently, like in the last couple of years, got rid of shorts that were way too big and baggy
Yeah.
for me. Cargo shorts. I think I found a pair of cargo shorts somewhere.
Yeah.
That I just hadn't. I was like, what was I doing with these?
Yeah.
There's probably still stuff in them.
So like, was I a survivalist? Why did I have these?
Yes.
I have full of knives,
Rolling around in the
sustenance, nice granola bars. You just finding all these old unwrapped granola bars in the pockets.
A grappling hook in mine. What was that doing there?
I was shitty Batman. I was Batman who can't fight.
Listen, 10-year-old Kevin would have settled for being shitty Batman.
I forget how much you love Batman.
I love Batman. So, I mean,
I've seen pictures of you as a kid dressed as Batman.
Yes. I'm a Batman fan now, but back then, there was a time when I remember at probably 8, 9, I was training to be a superhero.
Of course.
And all my training entailed was there was a tree on like the side of my house. There was like a stick tied to it.
Okay.
So it's essentially to swing.
Yeah.
But not for Kevin. I would throw the stick kind of like a boomerang, and then he would come whirling, go around and come back to me, and I would have to deflect or catch it.
Right.
And that was me basically.
Yeah, and that's how Jeet Kune Do was founded before Bruce Lee mastered it. Sure.
Yes, if you look at my old journals, it's all there. Wow, you do that really, really well.
I can fake shit.
You've done my training.
Sure. Yeah.
You clearly have.
Yes, I haven't attained the level of Avery.
Okay. Well, you need a tree with a stick tied to it, and then you're on your way, man.
I have to, speaking of enthusiasms, I have to say, I always say the same thing at the beginning of every episode, guest, tell me about your tank top. Almost went, Kevin Avery, where were you the first time you heard New Edition?
I can tell you.
I remember as comedians, you and I connected as big fans. We're about the same age.
Yeah.
And because you would post shit like that early rap song they had, and you posted that on I think MySpace, and you're like, I remember when I thought this was I thought this was the freshest shit I'd ever seen.
Oh,
and like,
was it not Kind of Girls We Like? What was there?
It was like it was off
Past the Beat.
Yes,
from the Candy Girl album.
Yeah. They were like, let's do a rap song.
Right. Which is how everyone kind of sounded when they did.
Oh, that's right.
Like, so, okay. I remember being 12 or 13. It must have been 12. And I was downstairs minding my business.
Sure.
My mom is upstairs. She starts yelling my name, telling me to get upstairs. And I'm like, what have I done now? Uh-huh. And I come flying up the stairs like I'm in some kind of trouble or whatever it is. I didn't do it. She's in her room. She's looking at the TV. There's a music video on, and it's New Edition's. It's New Edition. It's their Popcorn Love video.
Okay.
And she's blown away. She's, look at these little kids. Look at these kids up here. They're just all singing it. She was just like, I thought it was weird, actually. But then I really was paying attention. I was like, oh, holy shit, they're kids. Like, I could be doing this.
Yeah.
And then I was hooked.
Sure.
From then on. And every other black kid I knew wanted to be in New Edition. Like, that was the coolest
Well, it was like
thing.
their level of production was incredible.
Yeah.
Songs were unbelievably catchy.
Yeah.
And they're like those songs. I remember all those songs where I was like, when that came out, I was actually in grade school.
Right.
But I was like, if you play Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah.
I'm 13 again. I'm 13 and I'm 13. I go back to my mind goes, I wonder what high school is going to be like. Literally. When I hear that song.
Oh my God. Did I finish my homework?
Fuck.
Oh no, that was due today.
Is it going to be, everybody's going to think I'm a dork?
Yeah.
Like they do now,
Dude, that was the first song. So I was in a singing group for a little bit, and
what were they called?
Well, we had many names, Matt.
Okay.
But our first name, we were For Now.
4, like
the number 4, and now.
I love it.
No, there were
I'm
6 of us. There were 6 of us, Matt.
You're already writing comedy sketches. You don't know, Kevin's one of the funniest comedy writers and great stand-up as well. But like that, you were writing comedy.
Not good at math, apparently.
You were writing comedy, you didn't even know it. The group is called 4 Now, and there were 6 of you.
So here's what happened. It's my fault.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have to take the blame.
I'm stepping on you. I gotta let you talk.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because it does demand answers. So the first show we were doing together, we were rehearsing. I think it was maybe like the day up, like hours before the show. And we're doing this rehearsal. We could not think of a name. We couldn't. It was 6 just indecisive, 19, 20-year-olds. And so we're going through the song, and it is "Can You Stand the Rain?" And this woman walks up and she says, clipboard and all, like, "All right, what do you guys call? How are we introducing you?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, this." And I just sort of said, I don't know. For now, we'll be. And then I just thought I was being really clever. I was like, "For now, we'll be For Now." And she was just like, "Whatever, asshole." Wrote it down on the clipboard and walked away. We went about our business. We're like, we'll figure out something and change it later. Completely forgot about it. Cut to the show. We're standing right behind the curtain. We're about to go on, and we hear the person introducing us. "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome For Now." Hey, what the fuck? Curtain rises, and it's just, "Can you stand?" And the name just, we were like, okay, I guess this is what we're called. And you could like kind of see people in the crowd like,
there's 6 of them.
Are they 1, 2, 3? I don't know, man. I get, whatever. It's like so, we were For Now. And then we changed it to, and then we lost 2 members. 2 members left. And then there were just 4 of us. And then we changed our name to Forces of Nature. We didn't use the number 4. As we should have. We just spelled it like. But
that's hard to do the number 4 and then says.
Yeah, and then you got to explain that to everybody.
Yeah.
So we were Forces of Nature, and then for whatever reason, we changed it again. I liked Forces of Nature.
Sure.
But we changed it to Alias.
Huh.
Which exactly. It sounds like an 80s hair band.
I don't hate Alias.
Yeah, but it's not. We should be playing guitar.
No, I would argue because Alias sounds cool. It sounds cool like an R&B group. It sounds like like After 7.
Right.
Yeah. Babyface's group. So
you're right.
I could see it being like that. A metal group called Alias is like,
I don't know, man. I think in the 80s, a metal group called, they would have been a metal group that never made it.
100%.
They would have been an Alias
6th on the bill, opening for Motley Crue. You never hear them again. Yeah, exactly. You never hear them again.
Yeah, but you're right. Alias is a cool R&B. But we would tell people, and they'd be like, "What? Why?
What does it mean?"
Yeah, I don't know. So, but yeah, dude, that was the last of our name.
We had a guy when I was in Chicago who was my girlfriend's stepbrother, and he was in like a funk R&B band, and my friend Henry, who big rap fan like myself, and he had like long dreads and shit, and this guy, I forget his name, but he had like a clean shaven head, light skinned black guy, and like was in this group, and he was like, "I don't know what to call the group," and we kept giving. We were really working hard. I forget the names, but we kind of realized he wanted something with either soul or funk in the title, and we were trying to talk him out of it, and just be like, "No, call it something to do with you." Like nobody wants, Soul Force or whatever. It's just too much. It's the worst when you have the type of music. You know what I mean? There's a reason. Right. There's a reason why there's not a metal band called the Rock Boys. It's dumb. It's done. Kind of the Rock Boys. That's a free one. If someone wants to be in the Rock Boys.
They sound like a band in from the Quarry. Yeah, like they all work together and then muscular
dudes with hammers.
Yeah.
But like anything like that. And so we finally finally, we gave up and started throwing him all these ones. And Henry, to this day, he's one of those guys who's like funny enough, but he's not like a comedian.
Right.
I still think of this band name. He goes, okay, how about this? Rhythm System. And it still makes me laugh. It's so bad. So bad. And that's probably had been a band's name. And whoever came up with that was like, fucking yes, that's us. Cause we're funky and we lay down hot grooves for Rhythm System. Henry Sykes. Go to his bar called The Double in Chicago. It's a great bar.
That is, oh my God. What do they make house music? Like that's what that sounds like.
Rhythm System is a house band.
Yes,
that's a good idea. I like that. But like, no, he was just. I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were trying to be like Mint Condition or what. You know.
Oh, so they were like a big band.
I think they had instruments.
Oh,
but they were like. But they kept. I'm just
Rhythm System does not belong with those guys.
It doesn't belong with anything.
No. Wow.
But bad band names that's the easiest comedy to write.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just so fun.
It never doesn't get, and you have to hear that shit every time someone introduces you.
Yes.
When you know you have a bad name.
Yeah.
You eventually realize it.
Yeah.
And then you hear it and you're just like, we gotta change this name.
Well, and we're like now in the profession of we just use our regular names,
right?
The exception of like Cedric the Entertainer, like Jamie Foxx, that's not his real name, but like, you know, generally we don't call ourselves, you know, Hilarious Matthew or something like that, you know.
I wish you would. If we ever work together again, I'm going to insist.
Give it Chuckle King Kevin.
Chuckle King Kev. It's gotta, dude. Like let's do a dual comedy album. We'll be like the outcast of comedy. Chuckle King Kev
and Hilarious Matthew.
Hilarious Matthew.
So bad.
No one will be able to. Are these guys for real?
When did you pivot? When did you start doing comedy? I know you were doing. You were like me. You did this. You were like a serious actor initially, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that was the goal. That was the plan. I kind of after the group thing and there was school too. I was like, I kind of just floated around for a couple of years, 2-3 years. And stand up was something I always wanted to do. I just never thought I would. And so, but I would hang out at comedy clubs all the time, you know, and, so like my spot to hang out at it's gone now, but there was the Last Laugh in San Jose. I think that was it. And then Rooster Tea Feathers.
Oh yeah,
still there, still in there. Yeah. So I would hang out there, and the owner was this woman named Jessica Jenkins, who's since passed on, but she was great. I would come and just hang out. She would kind of, you know, she was sort of a comedy mother to me, and would always sort of try to introduce me to the comics who are coming through. And she introduced me one night to a comic named Troy Thirdgill, who I think is from Portland.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Wait, no. Troy's from Denver.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I think the last time I saw him was Portland.
Okay.
But anyway, so she introduced me to him, and we're just sitting around, we're just chatting, and she kind of is teasing me. She's like, yeah, Kevin's one of these guys who keeps saying he's going to go up, and then he never does. I'm like, well, come on, what do you want me for? You know?
Yeah.
And we're talking about it, and he's sort of encouraged me to try it. And she goes, well, we have an open mic in 2 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do it. You know, that
sure.
The bullshit you spout when.
Right.
So I'm walking away and saying goodbye, you know, whatever. And Troy, his last words to me, he says, all right, man, so you're going to do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then he looks at me and he goes, don't say you're going to do it if you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And Jessica's looking at me and I'm like, see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then it was just 2 weeks of, I had this day job that I would go to. I would leave at 4. It was like an office job. And I would either go home and take a nap or go to a movie, just take a break. Then I'd go back to the office when everyone left and I would just write. And I came up with 5 for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then just went up and did it like 2 Mondays later. And
crazy.
Never stopped. Yeah. So yeah.
It's Ernest Hemingway, always do sober what you'd promise to do drunk. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny you say that because
I'm not saying you were drunk, but it's that thing where but you kind of just, you got to take it seriously if you make an agreement.
100%.
No matter what mind state you're at.
But to that, I remember thinking, like, my plan was like, all right, how am I going to do this? Maybe I'll take a shot. Of
course.
And when you talk to people who don't actually do this, they go, yeah, you should probably like drink before you hit. And it's like, no, you don't really want to do that. And I remember I was fighting something. I had like the sniffles or something. And, so I was like, well, I probably shouldn't drink. So I was on cough medicine or something. So I'm like, I guess I'm not drinking. And that's why I didn't even bother.
Sure.
And I was so glad I just did it.
Yeah.
Like sober. I was like, oh, this is what this is like. And it didn't kill me and I didn't need liquid confidence or whatever.
Yeah,
and, you know, and so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I know people who they can't get on planes if they're not inebriated. It's kind of like,
right. I get it. Sometimes you just like, please let me just relax.
We're up in the air, but it's like, it's a scary thing, but you kind of just gotta, With
that especially, I just felt like it was so special.
Yeah.
And
it's cool you looked at it that way.
Yeah. And you want to know you can do it just without the right. That's part of it is braving the fear.
Sure.
You might change a little bit and be more comfortable with it or whatever, you know, but like over the years, but it is always going to be what it is.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's kind of, I think, on you to just do it as.
Yeah. And like, there are times where it's like, I have one show, I'll have a beer with dinner, you know, or stuff like that. But it's like, it's especially starting out.
Well, that's what I mean.
Don't lean on that crutch.
That's exactly what
it's a real strong crutch.
Yes. Now I go on stage, I'll have a glass of wine. I don't give a, you know, it's like
Kennedy.
Yeah. But like, oh, Dwayne. But like, I think when you are first getting started and trying to sort of get used to going up and doing it and being quick.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Remembering your bits.
Yeah. Remembering the bits.
Yeah.
Being sharp. If you got to handle something, you know, you kind of want your wits about you.
Exactly. Dwayne Kennedy did sets on Letterman with a glass of wine.
Did he really?
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he had that bit. He's like, you know, wine's in the Bible. It's 2 things.
That's right.
2 things in the Bible: wine and a lot of shit that don't make no sense.
Oh man, I missed that dude.
He was our Elvis in Chicago. He was our fucking when he'd show up at the open mic, we're like, Dwayne's on stage.
Yeah,
all whispering and shit because he would always do shit I've never seen.
Yeah,
it would just crush.
Yeah, you know? Dwayne Kennedy is responsible for 2 of the 3 times that I've laughed hardest in my life.
Yeah.
And
he's that guy for sure.
Both times we were in a moving vehicle. And if I was laughing so hard that I became a little fearful. And I remember desperately trying to get out of the car. It was and he's just talking. He's not trying out bits or anything. He was just telling a story or riffing on something. But
today I work out with this Pilates trainer because I'm a tall man who's aging, you know, and the spine curves. So it's helpful, you know, but I don't know why I had to give a reason.
No, we needed to know.
Yeah. Everyone's wondering. Everyone's like, you don't need it. You look like an Olympic diver. So
they're tall.
I'm like getting in. But they're built right. I'm getting in the car and his Methuselah joke came to me. Do you remember that joke? He's like, Methuselah is the oldest because he's the oldest man in the Bible.
Right.
He's like 600 years old.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I think of their little comedy tools.
Yeah.
And one that can never and never would want to use, but is the N-word. And his use in that joke, I'm going to say N-word. I'm not going to say the word.
Sure.
But he's like 600 years. What do you get him for his birthday? And then he just goes, man, last 200 years, I've just been getting that N-word socks. It's one of those jokes that it's just like, I remember just being like gobsmacked. Where I'm like, I could sit here for 100 years and never write a joke that good. Because it's a guy who's kind of like over it.
Right.
I don't know what to get him. But how have you been alive for 200 years?
Yeah.
You've been getting him gifts for 200 years. Who are you? He created another fake guy.
Yeah.
That's still unfathomably old.
That guy, I remember him doing when we were on Totally Biased together. With W. Come on Bell. And he would do, I think he only did it once actually, but he did Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. That guy just an angry, irate Frederick Douglass.
Well, he's so good at doing that guy.
Yes.
At doing the angry older black man.
Yeah. The guy who there's also like, he's the guy who doesn't get it, but wants to understand. So it's never like an asshole. There's very much a quality of like, well, I don't understand to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he wants to. Yeah. And he's like, okay, well, that's cool then. But it's to me, that makes it even funnier. Yeah. It's just like,
well, we love a guy who's ignorant and gets loud and it's like, I'm making a point. And while making the point realizes he has no point and then kind of dismounts. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Although James, who the fuck is, who's James? Dwayne. He's one of those guys too that will. It very much looks like this guy's just crazy and he's rambling. Yes. And then he comes back around and it's like, oh shit. And he lands on a point that you know. And so he was like, that dude's just very skillful.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
At that.
Yeah. And like he had jokes that he'd write that I'm like, that's absolute genius. And then he would just do something that was totally silly, you know, that was still just as funny. Yeah. But yeah. So he was definitely our James Brown, our Elvis Presley. Right. Watch and two things. One, that album he did in, I think, Grand Rapids for like an all black crowd. I listened to that album driving to a gig. And speaking of laughing, so I almost drove off the road during his slave auction bit. Have you ever heard that? Where he's saying, he's a guy yelling and he's saying Nigras. He's a white slaving person. And he's like, we got, and it's like he's selling cars.
Oh, right.
Big, fat, skinny. Yeah. You might be, and the crowd's just dying. And he's like, you might be saying, you know, Jeremiah, I can't afford it. Let me tell you, my friend, you can't not afford it.
That's really
you can't afford to not buy a.
That's great.
And it's because he's the GR. It's just so like I'm wincing, but I'm also like wiping tears laughing. It's so over the top.
He that guy just has bits in his back pocket that you're like, I don't even know where this is going to go. Yeah. And he's just sitting on it and it's genius.
But speaking of like being in a thing where you're laughing till you're crying, and also somebody who started out being a serious actor, but can like, I think it's rare. People talk about like, oh, it's really cool when you see someone who can do serious acting and they could do comedy, or they're really funny and they can do serious stuff. Like probably best example would be like Robin Williams. Right. When you do something serious, it's like he would just nail it because he had that training and all this stuff. But like, Dag.
Oh,
David Allen Greer. I remember I hung out with him once with you at 4100 bar, and I'm fucking crying the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of him.
He's one of the funniest people I know.
Effortless. Just talking about nothing, talking about anything. Just so funny. But he can do really, he did like Soldier Story on Broadway. He can do serious shit.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the play and the movie, which was kind of awesome. But that guy is truly, I mean, you know, he's Yale trained and but like he and I would chat and hang out. You know, we worked together a lot, and we're mostly just goofing off. But every once in a while, you'd get a chance to talk to him about acting, and it was just, and you're like, oh, there it is. There's the guy. There's this the serious-minded, you know, and yeah, I mean, the dude is phenomenal. I've just, and he won the Tony 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, and it was great to see his speech because it was heartfelt and. You know, there was a serious actor talking about you know, and then ends his speech with "And to the rest of my nominees, you know, tough titties." It was like, I won, yeah! And he ran off stage, and I was like, "Oh, there's that guy."
Dude, I always was like, if someone won an Oscar and just went to my fellow nominees, eat my dust. Like, if you're just like,
yes, watch David Allen Greer's
I gotta check
Tony
that out.
acceptance speech.
Well, there's a cut like of all the times he had this running gag on the Gerard Carmichael show of he just toss off that he was in The Wiz on Broadway. It was like it became a thing he just kept doing. Yeah. And they have it on tape every time. So it'd be like rehearsing and you know, when I was in The Wiz on Broadway and just look around. Fucking just
oh my God.
Just lording it over these young performers.
I believe today is the 10-year anniversary of The Wiz Live.
Oh, really?
In which he played the Cowardly Lion.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so let's all have a moment of silence.
I think this year is the 10-year anniversary of White Flight.
Oh, shit.
Our web series.
That's right.
Kevin and I did a web series based on a stupid idea that I had that I developed with him. Where I went around for almost 7 or 8 months interviewing comedians of color, friends of mine, and asking them if there was only one white guy in like 30 miles, how would you feel about that guy? And because based on the idea of like if it's a futuristic web series we created together about we just think it'd be better act.
That's right. Yeah.
The government basically teleports all white people to Canada.
Was it Canada?
I think Canada and the Netherlands. I think absorbing them. Do we have like a cowboy like president who thinks he's the king of the world? I
forgot about the president dude. Yeah.
It's the dude from True Blood.
Right.
And the director, I got this incredible director, Nisha Ganatra, and she called in all these famous friends to play these random parts. And so, but they left a white person every 30 miles. So I played him. Yeah. And I'm basically the last white guy in LA. And it's like the funny shit we came up with, you know, like, hey, where's my weed dealer? And then there's like, Ian Edwards was like, I have a roommate. We park tandem. Right. He's behind my car. Oh yeah. And so,
yes. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. There was the opening scene. There was like somebody couldn't get all the baristas had disappeared.
There were no baristas.
So weird. Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like this incredibly half-baked idea, but it was like we got so much
fun doing it.
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
But that was when I feel like we really first became friends.
Yeah.
Because we knew of each other.
Yeah.
We probably hung out a time or two, you know, been in proximity or done shows.
Were you writing on Last Week Tonight then?
Yes.
You were on there because I remember I flew to New York and got a hotel and I got an Airbnb in Lower East Side and you would work on the show all day and at night we just write in the Airbnb I had.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
And we had this week and we wrote all 6 episodes. Back when Comedy Central would be like that you could do a web series. Yeah. You know, now everyone's doing web series, you know, unfunded and God bless. Yeah. But like, it was one of those really funny little things. And I remember it came out and like basically got swept under the rug, didn't get a lot of eyes on it, but I did get reviewed by a white woman who hated the idea and said, this is not how you talk about race. And she included a clip to her web series. And she said, this is.
Oh, well, she knows.
I loved it.
And I need to know that. I need to find that
all
web series.
Own, one white person. And I'm like, I spent 7 months doing these interviews.
Oh my God.
Fucking like Hassan Minaj, you, Solomon Giorgio.
Yeah.
Solomon Giorgio came up with an idea that, what's her fuck had already done that they did as a UCB video sketch. I didn't realize where it was like, I was going in. It was like black. There was
you were doing the audition,
auditioning for the role of
white guy,
of White Mike in like the Black Gangster movie,
right? Yes.
And then it was me and a bunch of black actors, and they all had blonde wigs on,
right?
And I'm like, I gotta get this one. And I go in, and they're like, and the director was, I think it was Solomon, was like, can you New England it this time? Okay, now do a white guy. Do a white guy from. It was the thing of what the black people get. And what's her name? What is her name? I think it was Sashir Zamata had already done it, and I got flack online. I'm like, I didn't know that was Solomon Giorgio's idea. I mean, it was parallel thinking.
But it was
like
the internet.
But also, none of them. She never said it. You know, just like somebody was like, hey, you ripped them off. And it was like, you know, but I thought that was such a fun, because like
I forgot about that. That's very, that might have been my favorite episode.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's a really,
he doesn't get the role. And it's like,
he doesn't. No, I thought he doesn't book it.
Wait.
I thought he does book it. Did we change it? I thought he does book it, and then
who runs up and says, "Can you guys break a silver dollar?" And then they beat his ass. What's that?
I forgot about the silver dollar. Oh, I got to rewatch this.
I mean, it's got
that. Wasn't that you? Wasn't that your character?
It was just a guy who runs up. That's because he's telling. He's like, you got to stand up for the crew. My
God! You guys break a silver dollar.
So they put me in it, but just as a guy who says something goofy and gets the shit beat out of him.
Oh my God. Oh man. That's great. Wow. We did some good shit.
It was fun. It was so fun. And like, it's Halcyon days where you can kind of still get like a nice little chunk of money to go make a thing.
Yeah.
We didn't make anything off it, but it was like, here's your budget. And this director will slum it for you. Yeah. She'll pull in all these hilarious fucking people.
That
she could ask, and
she did a great job. It looked great, and it was
as far as I know, it's still out there. So yeah,
now I got to go find it.
That was a fun ass experience. Every time I talk to you, you're like, you're also like, you're also almost always working on something cool, you know.
I try to,
like, you know, it was like they were just like, I just met with Method Man. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That was a while back.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, that was There was we had a short-lived run at I can't remember. It was some R&B thing that we were doing.
Oh, that's right.
But we had worked on a music video together because I think I was doing a show called New Negroes on Comedy Central. Right. I was the head writer for that show.
Open Mike
Eagle and Baron Vaughn, they were hosting it.
Yeah.
And the idea that it was stand up, and then we had these bits that were written that we were doing in between the comics.
You had that bit about white boy bands getting older that I loved. It was so funny.
Yes.
So true. So you look at New Edition, they're still matching. It's like Bobby Brown's out of shape, but like they still look good. And then New Kids on the Block, you're like, who's these team of regional managers?
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. So they looked like they had a bunch of songs on my portfolio or
boy
something.
Band is like, no, guys.
Yeah. God bless them. They were, I did that joke somewhere, and then, I was with a friend. She went into the restroom. So I'm just hanging out in the lobby. And everyone had pretty much left the venue.
Donnie Wahlberg comes out. Is that what's happening?
Not Donnie Wahlberg.
Okay.
But some dude comes out of the sort of auditorium area. I'm just leaning against the wall, minding my business. We make eye contact. He does not break it. And then he just keeps walking towards me, and he doesn't say anything, and his face is just locked straight. And I was like, the fuck is this guy? Okay. But then I'm also like, he's a handsome fellow. But then like And then he gets about 10 feet from me and I realize it is Joey McIntyre. And I laughed so hard.
One of the chief regional managers.
Yes. Yes. I was like, did you get the account? And he was super cool. And then we took a picture together.
That's great.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah.
If after all the millions they've made and all that shit, and those guys were like Coca-Cola when I was in high school. Like that band was bigger than big.
Yeah, I always used to complain about those guys, the New Kids and the NSYNCs and the Backstreets.
Sure,
but it's. I think my frustration was more with the fandom.
It's a thing you can go back to Elvis. You can go back to it's white people performing black music, and it's like, and I'm not putting it on the performers. I put it on people
that's what who
will, who only discovered like Tutti Frutti through fucking garbage ass Pat Boone.
Right.
And then they found Little Richard and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's who made the fucking song,
Yeah.
And it's like, so it is. I mean, you nailed it. It's the audience.
Yeah, that
it's
was
the
the
audience.
frustrating
It's the
part for
charting. It's like, oh no, they're not urban. They're pop. And it's like, they're doing urban shit though.
Because it's a whole lot of like the idea of a boy band was not a thing until New Kids on the Block came around.
That's right.
And so, but now people have forgotten and they just think, no, this is what a boy band is.
We never thought of New Edition as a boy band. And they were boys. They were little boys initially.
They were 12, 13-year-old kids. But that like, it was always frustrating because when the sort of mainstream, white American audience caught wind of like what this is, and it's not, and certainly there were white people listening to New Edition. They were charting. They had hits.
Yeah.
They were popular, but not in the way that they were turning out for New Kids on the Block.
No.
But when New Kids on the Block came around, a lot of folks were like, well, we've never heard of this before.
Yeah.
And it was this new thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, New Edition's right over there.
Well, and
doing it.
The guy who created New Edition, they left him, that Colonel guy or whatever. He created New Kids. He's like, I'm just going to do a white band now. And smartest thing
literally
he ever did.
Carbon copied of 100%. Because he sued. They left their manager. He sued them to keep the name New Edition. He lost in court, and then he went back to Boston. New Edition's also from Boston.
Yeah.
And found 5 white guys, New Kids on the Block, and they are literally you could stack them against New Edition.
Sure.
Nothing against New Kids.
Yeah. The bad boy, the young guy.
Yeah. Donnie Wahlberg, Bobby Brown, Joey McIntyre, Ralph Tresvant, so on. It's and so
interesting.
So I don't know. That always frustrated me because black people loved New Edition coming up. That was, and when I feel like when white America got hold of the boy band experience, outside of the fans that were just, manically into them and like, oh my God, I'm taking this love. People they were like, well, this shit is corny. Sure. Essentially, like this art form, the idea of this. Some guys dancing around and harmonizing is really stupid and corny. And it's like, no, it's fucking cool. There's not just New Edition, but hello, the Jackson 5. There's the Temptations. And then what started to happen is New Edition got lumped into the corniness of the thing. And it's like, no, this ain't that.
Yeah, no.
And I think that was always kind of a frustrating.
Yeah, that's funny. We all have those little things that stick in our craw.
Yeah.
Who is it? Boots Riley from The Coup.
Yeah.
He nailed it where he was like, everyone thinks the hip hop they listen to in high school is the greatest hip hop of all time. And I'm like, and you can apply that to anything. Yeah. You can apply that to movies. You can apply that to, your young development where you were just like the valley of your experience, but the peak of your idiot confidence.
Right.
And knowledge. You know, you're like, hey, I know.
Yeah. It's wild to watch me turn into my parents.
Oh, it's unescapable. I mean, I had lunch with Will Miles today and we were laughing about how, the shit we listen to, it's like, like Clips just put out a new album.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But young people don't give a fuck about that.
No.
They like Playboy Cardi. And
Right.
I can't, I mean, Playboy Cardi's got some beats, but I'm also like, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, not my thing, you know? But
Yeah.
I feel like the only way to kind of, in my experience, to really age and be chill and be happy is just to kind of go, it's not for me. Don't go, that sucks. Let me play. Have you heard Nas before?
Yeah.
Have you heard Illmatic? It's the greatest hip hop album of all time. You know?
Yeah. Well,
They don't like it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I like it. It's okay.
Yeah. And
That's
you
fine.
know, I don't listen to music the way I used to. So I'm not bringing in a bunch of new music all the time.
Sure.
If I stumble across it, great, but I'm probably not going to hear, you know.
The most new I listen to is like new house music. Because it's just like, because it sounds a lot like the shit I listened to when I was younger. You know, it's like,
well, if I put on my little release radar on like Spotify or whatever.
I'll do that.
Oh, okay.
What's this?
There it is.
It's cool.
Yeah. But like, for instance, Lily Allen's new album, I'd heard people talking about it and I just didn't have the care to go. And I like Lily Allen, but I was like, okay, I'll get around to it.
did you hear her marketing thing?
Well, yeah.
I just saw it. It's like
wait. The butt plug thing?
butt plug hard drive.
Yes,
You can get it
I
on?
just saw that. Yeah, I don't have the butt plug hard drive.
Genius.
But I did. I think I saw that right before I came over here.
Yeah, I just saw it today.
But
okay,
you know, I heard I was like, yeah, I'll maybe listen to that later. I like Liliana, but you know, and whatever. And then I accidentally stumbled across West End Girl and I was like, wait, what? And then I had to listen to the whole thing and now I can't stop listening to it.
Oh.
So that's how I sort of find new music now. It's got
like, West End Girls. That's Pet Shop Boys. That's from 1984.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, it's her.
That's
just
not
the whole album is
new,
her
Kev.
doing an impression of the Pet Shop Boys. But yeah, I'm kind of done with music in the way I used to listen to it, and like slang in the way like.
Oh, you can't keep up.
I can't. I'm not. I don't care. It's so funny how. Now I hear so many people talking about what Gen Alpha and Gen Z say.
Sure.
Well, they say this and it means that. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, I mean, this is like a bit I do in my act, but I'll be like, are there any people in their 20s in the audience? And they'll be like, you know, yeah. I'm like, oh, 6'7" to you. Thanks for coming. And I go, I basically say like, do you guys know what that is? And they're like, you know, somebody like, yeah, no. It's a sign of who's Christian because the cross, this was 6 and this was 7 feet. Oh. So total bullshit. But it's fun to see super young people be like, the fuck? No. You know?
Angrily storming out.
But I say, don't like 6, like if you're my age, you shouldn't want to know what it is and you shouldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is. It's Ramirez. When I was in high school, there was a movie called The Highlander. And Sean Connery was in it, playing a man named Ramirez. He played a Spaniard.
Yeah.
He had that accent. My name is Ramirez. I'm like, no, it isn't.
Yeah,
it's
well,
McCullough.
yeah.
Like you didn't roll your R, nothing, you know? And so me and a bunch of friends just started saying, we'd pass each other in the hallway, be like, Ramirez. Hi, Ramirez. Like that's, and a bunch of teachers like, the fuck is Ramirez?
Yeah.
You know, it was a dumb thing we made up to make you mad.
Yeah.
That's it. You know? So it's like, I don't know what 6'7" is. Don't care. It got explained to me. I still don't get it, but that's fine.
Yeah. If you explain it to me, I would forget.
I'm not going to get mad.
I don't need it. No. I don't need that information.
My daughter knows what that shit is. She's 5.
Well, you might need to know that.
Well, no, but she just says like, she'll just be like 6'7", haha, and laugh. And I'm like, all right.
Then she just says,
I'm
Ramirez.
Like, babe, what is that? Yeah. Ramirez is back. You guys watch The Highlander?
You're like, whoa, they're saying that now? You're all proud.
There can be only one, right, honey? Like geeking out over it.
Oh my God. Yeah. You got that. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't have time to care.
No,
I'm not, none of it
you.
affects me.
And it's sad. If trying to cling to what's cool as a youth now at our age would be so incredibly fucking sad. Have you watched Being Eddie?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
After his divorce, I think in his late 40s, he was like, let's start going to the club again. And he's like called his friends and he went and he was like, he like walked in and like some girl like grabbed his butt and he turned, it was like just 20 something. And he was like, hey, no, you. And he's like doing this funny bit about it. He's, like, he's looking, she's like, she's younger than my daughter. And he's like, none of that. You should take better care. Don't grab, that. And he kind of hit him. He's like, what am I doing here? And he's kind of like, I think I'm going to stay out of.
Dude,
it's like,
I went to a concert last year. I went to see just this singer-songwriter that I had stumbled across during the pandemic on Instagram or whatever. Her name is Lizzie McAlpine.
Okay.
Rising star.
Okay.
She's great.
Cool.
She came to town. I was like, hey, we'll go check it out. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Let me go check out Lizzie. That was a mistake. I went there.
No seats. No chairs.
There were seats. I was sitting I was seated in the balcony. It was at the wheel turn.
Oh, cool.
And I was upstairs at the balcony, but bruh, it was all, there were no, it was just all chill. I was like, what's going on? I started to suspect, like, I wasn't really paying attention. And then I just noticed everyone here is drinking liquid death. And I was the only one walking around with a big old glass of wine.
Sure.
And I remember saying once I realized, oh shit, I'm the only like adult here. I said to the bartender, I had my glass of wine and I was like, what time do you guys close? And he looked at me with knowing eyes, like 9:30, man. And I was like, I'll be back. Yeah. And
You're going to be seeing me.
I sat there. It was the wildest thing to sit there. And there was like a grandmother there chaperoning her teenage granddaughter or whatever. And that was the one person in the audience. I was like, hey, how are you? Good to see you. It was so weird. I was like, it was the first time I've ever done this in a concert. I left. She said, we've got 2 more songs. And then she did one of those songs. And that's when I got the hell out.
Yeah.
To beat the traffic.
I get it.
And I was like, I guess there's no looking back now.
Well, but you went. Like,
yeah.
Do you know who's playing the Lodge in Highland Park next Wednesday?
Who?
Dead Prez.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, I kind of want to see who the fuck's there. Because I bet it's half, 3/4 white guys my age,
Yeah.
All of us white folks say control your old brain.
Because I had that with KRS-One.
Yeah.
I couldn't go for some reason, but I was like, I think I got to go to this.
I would see KRS-One.
Weren't we at one point talking about seeing Eric B. and Rakim?
Yeah.
Like a while ago.
Dude, I went to the Roots class of 95 Summerfest with my buddy at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
And 2 things. One, every rapper would do their verse and then sit. It was the fucking best. Method Man had a zip up Henley like he just came from golfing.
Yeah.
But they're all still doing their shit. And dude, hearing Shook One's Part 2 over that speaker system.
Oh my God.
And seeing DJ Quick doing, like the song Sweet Black Pussy. We all know it.
Sure.
The line is, I'm 19, so I'm a young ass man. So he's like, I'm I'm 55, so I'm an old ass man.
Yeah. Dude.
And and seeing all these people dance to it and like incredible concert.
Yeah.
Black Thought did a verse to every song.
Jesus.
I don't know if it's off his head, but a new verse to every. Okay. He's like the best living rapper.
Yeah.
But it's so there are those ones where I'm just like, I'm getting off my hemorrhoid donut and I'm going to go.
Sure. Sure. Well, like to watch Method Man sitting around reading in his reading glasses, sure. But still method, like that's a guy who, you talk about trying to keep up and then just going, I remember, so this is when I ended up working with him, we were doing this music video. I was playing a butler in the thing. He shows up. I don't have a lot of Jordans. I got like a couple. I'm wearing one now, one pair now, just one Jordan. But I don't know any specific way to tie them. I just lace them up.
Sure.
And then the laces just kind of hang and they, whatever.
Yeah.
Hope for the best. I remember him coming into the hair and makeup trailer. They're giving him the shoes he's going to wear for the day. And he's like, wait, what did you do? Y'all don't know how to lace up Jordans? What's good? Now he's giving him shit. He's messing with him.
Yeah.
But he is seriously, they were, according to him, they were not tied properly. Okay. And I just remember like kind of laughing like, yeah. But then like, okay, so I got to pay attention. How do I tie these Jordans? And then he was trying to show them and I just went, I can't be bothered. And I never learned. And so,
no,
but apparently there's a way. I will never know it.
Buddy of mine used to work at the Memorial Coliseum. And when the How High tour came through, all they did was ride around in scooters backstage around this like stadium, before and after the show, just smoking blunts. And they would just pass you in the hallway and just give it to you. Give it to like my friend who's just working there as like a roadie. So he's just smoking one of their blunts and then they come back and then he hands it right back to him.
Perfect.
So it was like this thing of like the chillest guys. Yeah.
Yeah. All aging well.
Yeah. Looking good. Redman looks incredible. He looks almost too skinny.
I did see, saw one of the last times I saw New Edition. God, what's his Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band opened for them.
Man.
And that dude, now he's older.
Sure.
Still kicking, still around.
Uncle Charlie.
But he is one of those guys where now he's an old man performing.
Yes.
Like New Edition are older, like middle-aged, like late 50s guys.
Gap Band was the 70s.
Yeah. So this dude's up there still running around kind of dancing, but now he's got like 20 dancers with him and he's kind of, and go Charlie. He would have like a little dance break but I remember in the middle of his set, he does kind of one of those speeches. He kind of runs it down. I've been here for 50 years and I'm still standing and blah, 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 blah. And then he starts he's like, and that's after a hip replacement. I've had knee surgery. I'd have my gallbladder removed. And he's just running down procedures in the middle of the show. And we're like, okay, you don't need to tell us all this.
Taking us out.
It's okay.
Of it, man.
And everyone's like a hip surgery. Bam! I've had it.
You're not Jackie Chan, sir. Talking about all the broken bones. It was amazing.
And then he just jumped right back in the song. Yeah. I love watching those guys, man.
No, it's great. It is that thing of, I mean, I'd always say I saw Prince twice.
I never got to see Prince.
I've seen these. I remember when Tom Petty had his heart attack. I was like, damn it. Would have liked. I'm not a diehard fan. Would have loved to see him.
Right.
Could have gone to the Hollywood Bowl easily.
Did you ever see? I was just talking about this on my podcast. Did you ever see the movie The Postman?
With Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lorenz Tate, I believe, is in it.
Okay.
So we were talking about, artists who are portrayed in movies.
Yeah.
Whatever. Ray, Tina Turner, all, and our favorite kind of portrayal. And people are naming classic artists that,
Yeah.
But I remembered in The Postman, at some point, Kevin Costner's character, they have to go to some mountain town. It's post-apocalyptic.
Sure.
They got to go to some mountain town. He's got to meet with where's the leader? Where's the mayor of, it's Bridgetown. Where's the mayor of Bridgetown?
Portland.
This guy comes out and he's talking to Kevin Costner, and finally Kevin Costner's like, wait, I know you. You look really familiar. And it's Tom Petty. It's Tom Petty playing Tom Petty in the apocalypse. And he goes, yeah, I'm just the mayor now. Anyway, that's it. And that's his cameo as himself. No guitar, it's the greatest thing.
I've been living on rats for 7 years.
Yes.
Can you sing American Girl? Please please, dude. That people would be begging him. You know, like, remind me how it was.
We don't have any entertainment, sir. I'll fashion a guitar for you, just please.
I'm just here to get you across the bridge.
It's not what I do anymore. Bob, come help him. Bob Dylan comes out. Bob's a cobbler.
I only write songs about shoes.
I make shoes. That's all I do.
And I'll get you across the bridge. Take your pick.
Why aren't we writing that movie?
Let's write another thing.
We're wasting our lives.
We've been
really.
It's been 10 years since White Flight. We need to do another clumsy attempt at talking about race.
Let's make something happen.
Is there anything you want to plug before we?
I have a podcast.
Okay.
As I just mentioned.
I didn't even know that.
It's called Maximum Film.
Okay.
And
wait, I knew that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Go on. Sorry.
We should have you on it. We just talk about movies, and Alonzo Duralde, Andrea Clark joined me, some movie folk critics and festival programmers.
Cool.
And yeah, you could hear that where you listen to your podcast.
All right.
It comes out every Friday. I can't think of anything else
That's great.
to plug.
That's
Is
a
that
good
enough?
thing.
Haven't I done enough?
Listen, it's all it is there something to get us through this hellscape for a little bit? You know what I mean? That's all entertainment is.
There it
now.
is. Yeah.
That you can kind of tune out and not have your focus on the madness. You
God,
know?
you're right.
I mean, I still wish you did Denzel Washington is the greatest actor in the history of the world. What was it called?
Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period.
With you and Kamau Bell.
Yeah. We keep
I was on that
flirting.
one.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We keep talking about doing a live, another live version of that.
I mean, I can see you getting him because these days he seems fun, you know?
Oh, Denzel.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Kamau.
No, Kamau. What the fuck?
These days, Kamau seems fun.
Seems
yeah.
fun.
Remember he was a stick in the
That
mud
piece
before.
of shit.
Yeah. I don't know. We almost had him
I've
before.
seen him on interviews where he's just like enjoying himself.
Yeah,
You know?
he doesn't give a shit anymore.
No, he doesn't care. That thing where they're like, the Prince of England is coming out. You got to move. And he's like, no, I make my own rules. And he wouldn't get off the carpet.
I make my own rules.
I love him. I fucking love him. Either Jason or Randy Sklar were at some event, and he like cornered one of them in the bathroom, and he's like,
yes.
what I know you from?
They ran into him. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
At the store, at like it was just a clothing store, and they were just talking about being parents.
Well, and then he was talking. There's one that were both in a bathroom. One was coming and one was going out.
Oh shit!
And he's like,
about that.
He's like, I'm a comedian with my twins. He's like, yeah, the twins. He's like, what do you guys call? He's like, Sklar. He says, Sklar brothers.
The Sklar brothers. He kept saying that.
Sklar brothers.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna check you out. Like, just even when he's being nice, he's terrifying. Just like so intense.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What do you mean check me out?
What are you gonna do?
Like,
I met him one time.
Do you remember that Boys and Girls Club commercial he did? We used to watch that in college and fucking cry because he's on a bus with all these kids, the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah. Is he crazy intense?
Yeah, he's always just like sitting there smiling or whatever. And it's like, I remember the Boys and Girls. They gave me a place to be. I've just started acting. And then his actual like counselor or coach gets on the bus and he stands. Denzel stands. It's supposed to be a moment of, it's me, man. Like, hey, good to see you. But he's like got this look like, like I'm gonna kill you.
Murder you.
You know.
Don't look at the
like
knife.
He looks like Frank White, not Frank White. Was the guy from American Gangster.
Oh yes,
King of New York.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Oh God, I can't remember.
Yeah, anyway,
but yeah,
it looks like that look where it's like I'm gonna just shoot you in the fucking head.
Yeah.
You know,
like he did to Idris.
Yes, exactly.
God, that was an insane scene.
So great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Well, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me. This is great. Love you, buddy.
All right.